What's good, y'all? Oh man. Okay. Well, anyway, what's good, everybody? Welcome to today's live. As you know, today we're going to be talking about why you keep choosing women who don't value you. All right. So that's what we are getting into today. I have a link in the description which will allow you to join me if you want. You can say clarity for your situation, your relationships, and this is designed to help you to see your own personal patterns and also how to get the relationship, choosing the person that actually value you for you. And so in this live, I'm gonna just be breaking down what that means. All right. So let's start off why you keep choosing women who don't value you, right? When you were growing up, you didn't become responsible, helpful, or the one who holds everything together. How many of you men grew up like that? You grew up, your parents, maybe your one parent, maybe both parents, taught you responsibility, taught you the responsibility of being a man, right? Which that's a good thing, right? So you became that way because of your environment, which is a good thing. You know, being responsible as a man and um, that's a good thing, right? But as we're going to get into, we're going to really break this down, right? So as a kid, you learned very quickly which parts of your personality brought you closeness, approval, peace in the house, and which parts of your personality brought tension, disappointment, and rejection in your childhood. How many of you guys experience wanting to show up a certain way? You can say in your childhood with your parents and your siblings, right? What parts of you felt was being rejected, being not seen, not heard from your caregivers, from your mother or your dad or just your mother? Like that. I grew up with my mom, so I can definitely vouch for this. Everything I'm saying now, I'm living, everything I'm saying now is so dear to my heart. So as a kid, as I said, as a kid, you learned very quickly which parts of your personality brought you closeness, approval, peace in the house, and when parts brought you tension, disappointment, or rejection. How many can relate to that? When you started to cry, when you started to show your parents you kind of wanted some connection with your parents. How many of you felt that rejection from them? You interpret, yep. Uh, Sharice said, me, yup, me too, bro. Like we all miss sis. I don't know if you're a man or woman, but sis, bro, it's same thing. Like we felt that rejection. We interpret now. Here's the truth. Here's the thing. We assign the meaning to whatever it is they're going through, right? Whatever they was doing, we assigned that as damn. Like my parents don't fuck with me. My parents, they don't see me. We may not have said it like that in childhood, but we registered that like, damn, it's this deep emotional feeling that we felt. Certain sensations that we feel like, damn, that hurts. And so for some of you, being responsible is what got you attention, or at least kept you out of trouble with your mom or your dad. How many of you learned, you know what? Your mother, your dad, in good intentions taught you to be responsible, right? But that became the vehicle that putting on that responsibility in the household became a way for your mom or your dad to say, "Oh, you good." Like, you know what I'm saying? You doing your chores in the house, you being responsible. And so that became a way for you to get some kind of attention or love, or as you perceived it from them, right? How many of you guys feel that? For others, being useful, being fixing things, or staying quiet kept you from feeling disappointed, criticism, or feeling the chaos from your parents. How many of you guys, right? How many of you use silence in your childhood to prevent you from saying something that you didn't want to say? So you just shut down. How many of you guys used you just being quiet? How many of you was really quiet as a young bull? I'm from Philly, so as a young bull, I was very quiet. I didn't know how to express myself. As you know, my mother, she was very aggressive. Like my mom was, her name is I named her the Cannon. That's her name, right? And so part of my relationship with my mom is she's very abrasive, very forward, very like just as a kid, I didn't know how to register. I didn't know how to live with that. And so a lot of times I shut down. I just was quiet a lot of times. But in that quietness is me trying to protect myself from feeling criticized by my mom. Me trying to protect myself from being judged, seeing what I'm not doing. You know what I'm saying? We all went through that, right? But listen, without realizing it, you built the protector version of yourself that would help you avoid feeling rejected, feeling like a burden to people. You protect yourself from feeling embarrassed, feeling exposed, or emotionally unsafe. Now, this probably brought you this emotion in childhood probably showed up even inside. This probably showed up even inside with your peer groups, with the people in your school. Like, so protecting yourself, this version of yourself showed up even in high school or even in elementary school. It still showed up, and it's protecting you. It protected you from feeling embarrassed around your friends, feeling not seen, not heard, not understood, and feeling rejected. Someone said, I know that. I do know that. And so while that protector, right, that part of you that's protecting you, right, while that protector helped you to survive emotionally and physically, sometimes for others, because sometimes some of us were abused physically, some of us were, you know, really hurt and damaged in childhood. And we formed this protector personality that protected us from the pain that others, that our parents, you know, mirrored in our childhood. And so we had to adapt to them. We adapted. We had a certain strategy of how we're going to act with mom, how we're going to act with dad, right? But at the same time, it disconnected you from the softer, more emotional parts of your personality, the parts that actually need support, your presence, connection, and being seen, right? So when you protect yourself, right, in childhood, it also you also disconnect from the more vulnerable parts of your personality. And so you begin to say, you know what? I can't express my emotions to my mom. I can't really express what I want. You can't really, because it didn't feel safe to. You didn't want to be criticized. not seen, not understood by your mother, or I mean, sorry, you was running from feelings of being rejected by them. So you shut down and you hid those emotional parts of your personality. And now you're just showing up in your protector part, the part that is going to keep you safe from criticism, the part that's going to keep you safe from being exposed, feeling disappointed. But it also disconnects you from those other parts of your personality, as what I just said. And so by the time you become an adult and you start dating, right? And now you older now, right? Now, mind you, you were younger, you showed up and you built this protective persona. This is the mask. This is the mask that you had, that you put on in childhood. And so now you are an adult, right? So, and so by the time you become an adult and you start dating, you are not showing up as the fullness of yourself. You're not aware of the other parts of yourself, right? You are showing up as the protector part of your personality that learned. Now it's like, so now that you're older now you're showing up in your protector part of your personality that kept you safe in childhood. So now in adulthood, you're about to start dating. This is the person that you are presenting in the dating world. This is the person that's choosing the women that's not valuing you, right, for who you are, but that they are choosing the version of yourself that kept you safe, to put it simply. And now you get into this, and now you get into this, I need to earn closeness. So now you're going to use your personality as a man to attract and choose these women, right? Now it becomes, I need to earn your closeness. And now it becomes, I need to be useful, right? I need to prove myself to you, right? I need to bring something to the table, right? So that she don't leave. How many of you guys, bro, how many of you guys present yourself in that way as of right now? You may not admit it, but that is what you are signaling on an emotional level. This is why it's so important to understand these emotional patterns, because it's not just about what you're doing and what you're not doing. It's the emotional patterns that has formed, that are subconscious to you, but that you are showing up now in your dating life, in your relationships, and you're choosing these people, you're choosing these women who don't see the version, the different parts of yourself. Why? Because they're unconscious to you, right? They're very unconscious to you. And so this is why so many men lead with their money. They lead, they lead with this rescue. They want to rescue. They want to, be the problem solver, be the responsible one. The same one that got them love, that got them whatever it is that made them feel in that moment by their parents loved or whatever it was. But it's really shallow, because that's not the whole of you. That part of you that protected you in childhood is it's just one part of you. And you're using that part in a way that is not really consistent with who you are overall, in the different parts of your emotions, and understanding your emotions and feeling your emotions, right? But this is what you lead with now. You lead with the money. Most of y'all lead with the money. Most of y'all lead with trying to solve people's problems, solve women's problems. You lead with responsibility. You lead with trying to carry everything, right? You're trying to rescue. You're trying to prove to her that you are a good man, right? And so very quickly, when this protector runs your relationships, you end up choosing women who only value that mask and not the other parts of your personality. Women who want what you do and not who you are. So when you show up with this part of yourself, this is the part of you that that got you acceptance. This is the part of you that got you some kind of love, but it's really shallow, if we're being honest, in childhood. And so you never really became aware of these emotional patterns and how you're showing up. And by it being unconscious, it's not a real choice. It's just something that you grow into adulthood that you think is normal. But deep down you feel not enough. You don't feel enough. You don't feel chosen. You don't feel understood. You don't feel really seen. You don't really feel that in your body. It's in your emotional signal in your body. And that is what's attracting and having you choose these women who don't value you for you. And so these are the kind of women who will drain your effort but never see your heart, right? Women who match your emotional environment you grew up in, not the not the environment you actually want, that you have to be aware of. And it hurts, not just because the relationship fails, but because deep down it confirms your childhood fear. Maybe who I am is not enough. See, this confirms your childhood belief that you felt in childhood. I'm not enough. But I'm here to let you know that these women are not the problem. They are a mirror. They mirror, right? They reflect the parts of yourself that you are currently still rejecting. The women that you are choosing, right? The women that you are choosing right now, these are the women on a subconscious level. They are mirroring your reflection. So if they are rejecting you, best believe you are rejecting the many parts of yourself. Because why? You don't want to feel exposed. You don't want to feel unheard, not seen. But you're unconscious to that. Okay. And so again, these women are not the problem. They are a mirror. They reflect the parts of yourself that you are still rejecting. The emotional parts you're still hiding behind, which is you're hiding behind that protector part of you. And so here's the work that you got to do. The work is learning to reconnect with the parts of you, the parts that you've hidden, that you suppressed and denied, that didn't feel safe in childhood to express. The work is, again, reconnecting with the parts of yourself that you've hidden. Sit with your vulnerability instead of running from it. Sitting with your emotions, sitting with your vulnerability, expressing what you actually feel, showing up as the version of you that wants to be valued for more than the protector, the mask, which is the other parts of your personality. Okay. And so that's when you stop choosing women who don't value you, right? Because you stop abandoning the parts of yourself that need the most value. The best way is to begin to to become aware of these parts of yourself, these parts of your personality that you've rejected, denied, and disowned in childhood because it didn't feel safe to express, but that is showing up in your current relationships, in the women you choose, and you don't have the discernment to know who is who. And so you get into these relationships thinking, why am I not attracting? Why am I not? Why are these women just using me and all this other stuff like that? Well, it's because of everything I just said. And so here's the truth, right? The truth is this: women keep valuing you for what you do because that that's the only part of you you've been that's the only part of you that you ever show or that you ever were allowed to show. All right. The deeper parts of your personality, the emotional parts, have been pushed down for so long that even you don't fully know them. You don't know yourself. So, of course, women match the mask. They match that protect the part of you that's trying to keep you safe. That's what they're going to be a match to. And you are signaling that person. You are signaling that part of you, that part of yourself until you become conscious of these other parts of yourself and how these parts are in leading in a subconscious way. You got to become aware of these parts of yourself, not run from these emotional parts of yourself, not and sit with your emotions so that you can gain the discernment and really create the relationships, attracting and choosing the women who actually is going to care for you, love you. So of course, women match the mask. They're going to match your they're going to match your mask. The version of you that learned to stay responsible, helpful, useful, and in control in order to avoid feeling exposed, rejected, or feeling like a burden, right? Growing up. And when those women eventually leave, it feels like they are rejecting you, but they're actually mirroring the part of yourself you've rejected, hidden, or stopped listening to. This is the work. This is the facts right here. And so this is why emotional work matters, right? Going through this process really matters, right? Right? Because until you reconnect with those parts of your personality, the parts that want connection, want to be acknowledged, want to feel, want to express, you will keep choosing from the same unconscious patterns. You will keep rescuing, over performing for women, over giving, and hoping someone finally sees the real you, while the real you is still hidden behind the protector, that protector part of your personality. But listen, when you bring those parts of yourself back into awareness, back into your own awareness, when you feel your emotions, when you sit with them, understand them, you start to gain more discernment of yourself, more intuitive discernment about what you need, who you are, what you want to be valued for. start to gain discernment. You can finally feel what you need. You can choose different, and you'll be able to show up differently. And you can attract and choose a woman who connects with your inner truth, with who you really are, and in many different parts of your personality. And this is the work that you can say opens up to, you can say this, once you learn this, right? You learn, you do the work that is really needed, right? This opens a door to you understanding who is compatible to you, what kind of relationship that you want. What does that relationship look like? Once you begin to do the inner work, then you can get to the other side of the real thing starts. It starts with the work. It starts with you becoming aware of these other parts of your personality. As men, we've all shown up in this protector personality. We've shown up in this, you know, hard shell, but we're not aware, and it's costing us being in relationships that we should be in. It's wasting our time in relationships where we should have been left. And so doing the inner work, what I just talked about, it's more so about you becoming more self-aware of these emotional patterns. So as of right now, I don't know who's on here, and I'm trying to see like who's on here. So I have a link. I have a link. I'm gonna post it real quick. And here's the link to join. And I'm here to help. I'm here to help you see. I'm here to help you see clearly. I'm here to help you to see your emotional patterns in real time, help you get more clarity on these patterns and what to do. So someone said, Sharice said, my dad was provision all my life. Hmm. So do anybody need any coaching? So I can see that, you know, it's, I don't see anybody right here. Well, I have free resources. I did a video on how to use your emotions to choosing your partners. That's in my description box. You can go to that video, and it definitely outlines the work, the inner work that is needed to get you to become more self-aware, so that you can begin to become self-aware, be more discerning about the women that are being attracted into your life. And it helps you to, it would definitely help you to know yourself and being able to choose the right woman for yourself and enjoy the relationships and the relationship that you want to be in. And so I would say go to that video. It's in my description. Also, if you want to do more personal work, you can click the link and see if we're good to work with each other. It's a free discovery call. And then, so if that's something that you want to do, just go ahead, continue, click the link in the description box. It says one-on-one coaching, and you click that link in the description box. Again, I have free resources to help you with this process, to figuring out your emotional patterns. Again, just click the link in my description box on this video. And so many resources on my page, in my videos, that's definitely helping you with this process to becoming more self-aware of who you are, the different parts of your personality, bringing those things to the forward and being able to show up more authentically and not in the protective part of your personality. See, because when these things are unconscious, when you're leading with this unconsciousness of who you are, you will always misuse yourself and be at the behest of someone else giving it to you when first you can give it to yourself. And you can put yourself in situations around people who will definitely choose you for who you are. But you got to become aware in knowing yourself, growing, seeing yourself. You got to do the inner work. And so if you want to do that with me, link is in the description, one-on-one coaching. Or again, I have different resources. I have another video on how to use your emotions to pick your partner. That's in the description box. I have many live streams that helps you with that process. And so as of right now, I don't see anybody in the chat. So I'll just say, yo, thank you for watching this. Whether you're watching this live or you're going to watch this on the replay, thank you guys. Hopefully this was useful. This was helpful. Thank you. Peace, you guys.